Passwords are the keys to our digital kingdoms. They protect our emails, our finances, and our personal information. In today's world, where almost every aspect of our lives is connected to the internet, the importance of strong, secure passwords cannot be overstated. They are the first line of defense against unauthorized access to our private data. Just like the keys to our homes, we need to keep them safe. Imagine leaving your house keys under the doormat. It's an open invitation for intruders. Similarly, weak or reused passwords are like leaving the door to your digital life wide open. We must treat our passwords with the same level of care and security as we do our physical keys. Password cracking is when someone tries to steal those keys. Hackers use various techniques such as brute force attacks, where they try every possible combination until they find the right one, or social engineering, where they trick you into giving up your password. These methods can be alarmingly effective if we are not vigilant. They want access to our accounts without permission. Once inside, they can steal sensitive information, commit fraud, or even lock you out of your own accounts. The consequences can be devastating, ranging from financial loss to identity theft. Imagine a vast universe of data, your information scattered among the stars. Each piece of data is a star in this digital galaxy, and your passwords are the force fields protecting them. Without strong passwords, these stars are vulnerable to being captured by malicious entities. Hackers, like cosmic pirates, seek to plunder these treasures. They are constantly on the lookout for weak points in your defenses, ready to exploit any vulnerability they find. Their goal is to gather as much valuable information as possible, often selling it on the dark web for profit. Password cracking is their primary weapon. This isn't science fiction, it's a real and present danger in our interconnected world. Every day, countless attempts are made to breach security systems and gain unauthorized access to personal and corporate data. It's the reality of our interconnected world. As we become more reliant on digital platforms for communication, work, and entertainment, the need for robust cybersecurity measures becomes increasingly critical. We must stay informed and proactive in protecting our digital assets. Understanding how password cracking works is the first step in protecting ourselves. By learning about the techniques hackers use, we can better defend against them. This knowledge empowers us to create stronger passwords and adopt better security practices. By the end of this essay, you'll be equipped to build a fortress around your data. You'll learn about the importance of multi-factor authentication, the benefits of using password managers, and how to recognize and avoid phishing attempts. With these tools and knowledge, you can ensure that your digital kingdom remains secure. One way hackers crack passwords is through brute force. This method involves systematically trying every possible combination until the correct one is found. It's a relentless and exhaustive process, but computers are exceptionally good at it. Imagine trying every possible combination on a lock until it opens. This is essentially what a brute force attack does, but instead of a physical lock, it's targeting digital passwords. That's brute force in a nutshell. It's a method that relies on sheer computational power and time, rather than any sophisticated hacking techniques. Computers are very good at this. They can process data at incredible speeds, trying thousands, even millions of combinations per second. This makes them perfect tools for brute force attacks. They can try thousands, even millions of combinations per second. This relentless pace means that simple passwords can be cracked in mere moments. Simple passwords like password 123 are extremely vulnerable to brute force attacks. These common and easily guessable passwords are the first to fall. These attacks are like throwing a handful of sand at a lock, hoping one grain will hit the mechanism just right. It might seem random, but with enough attempts it can be surprisingly effective. It might seem random, but with enough attempts it can be surprisingly effective. The more attempts made, the higher the chance of success. The longer and more complex your password, the harder it is to crack with brute force. Adding numbers, symbols, and a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters can significantly increase the difficulty. Think of it like expanding the size of the universe itself. Each additional character in your password adds another layer of complexity, making it exponentially harder for a brute force attack to succeed. Suddenly, the hacker's handful of sand seems insignificant in comparison. The vast expanse of possibilities created by a complex password can deter even the most determined brute force attacks. To protect yourself, always use strong, unique passwords for each of your accounts. Consider using a password manager to keep track of them. Additionally, enabling two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security, making it even more difficult for hackers to gain access. By taking these steps, you can turn your digital security into a fortress, protecting your personal information from brute force attacks and other cyber threats. In the vast galaxy of guesses, make sure your password is a star that hackers can't reach. Another method cybercriminals use to break into accounts is the dictionary attack. Imagine a hacker with a giant dictionary trying every word to unlock your account. That's essentially what a dictionary attack is. It's a method where hackers use a prearranged list of words often sourced from actual dictionaries to guess passwords. Hackers use lists of common passwords and variations. These lists are often compiled from previous data breaches and can include millions of potential passwords. They systematically go through these lists, trying each one until they find a match. These attacks are more targeted than brute force attacks, which try every possible combination of characters. Instead, dictionary attacks focus on the most likely passwords, making them faster and often more effective. They exploit our tendency to choose passwords that are easy to remember, like names, dates, or common phrases. For example, many people use passwords like 123456, password, or their pet's name. These are the first passwords a hacker will try. But this predictability is also their weakness. If your password is too simple or common, it's much easier for a hacker to guess it using a dictionary attack. Just like we wouldn't use Earth as the combination to our spaceship, we need to be more creative with our passwords. Avoid obvious choices and think outside the box. Use a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters. Make it harder for the dictionary attack to succeed. By using complex and unique passwords, you can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to these attacks. Consider using a password manager to generate and store strong passwords for you. This way you don't have to remember them all, and you can ensure each one is unique and difficult to guess. Not all attacks are purely technical. Some hackers exploit the human element. This is called social engineering. They might trick you into revealing your password, they might send a fake email pretending to be your bank, or they might call you posing as tech support. They sound convincing. Their goal is to gain your trust. Then they ask for your password. Remember, legitimate companies will never ask for your password directly. Be wary of suspicious emails or phone calls. If something feels off, it probably is. Section 5. The high cost of weak passwords. Weak passwords are a serious problem. They lead to identity theft, financial loss, and data breaches. When hackers gain access to your accounts, they can wreak havoc on your life. Imagine losing access to your email, your bank accounts, or even your social media profiles. The consequences can be devastating. It's not just about inconvenience, it's about protecting your identity and your well-being. Section 6. Learning from our past notable breaches. We've seen the damage weak passwords can cause. Major companies have been hacked. Millions of users' data has been compromised. These breaches serve as stark reminders of the importance of strong passwords. In 2011, Sony PlayStation Network suffered a massive breach. Millions of accounts were compromised. The breach cost Sony millions of dollars and damaged its reputation. These incidents highlight the importance of strong passwords and robust security practices. We must learn from these mistakes and take steps to protect ourselves. Section 7. Crafting your Cosmic Shield Strong Password Tips. Creating a strong password is like building a shield for your data. It needs to be strong enough to withstand attacks. Here are some tips. Length matters. Use at least 12 characters. The longer, the better. Mix it up. Use a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Don't be obvious. Avoid common words, phrases, or personal information. Unique passwords for every account. Don't reuse the same password across multiple platforms. Section 8. Beyond the password, multi-factor authentication. Even the strongest passwords can be compromised. That's where multi-factor authentication comes in. It adds an extra layer of security. Imagine it like a two-step verification process. You enter your password, then you need to confirm your identity through another method. This could be a code sent to your phone or a fingerprint scan. Multi-factor authentication makes it much harder for hackers to gain access to your accounts. It's like having a backup key to your digital kingdom. Section 9, a secure future, your data, your responsibility. In the vast expanse of the digital universe, our data is precious. Protecting it is our responsibility. Strong passwords are the first line of defense. By understanding the threats and following these tips, we can make our online experiences safer. Let's be vigilant, let's be proactive, let's build a more secure digital future together.